Hey guys, Lee. Today I'm going to go over my zero turn today. This is just an overview, it's not a review. So the time cutter is a discontinued model. This range of the time cutter has been discontinued. But anyway, we're going to go over this time cutter. It's not a review, this is just an overview. So this mower I bought in 2019 near the summer when school was going out. So I went to get it. And the people originally wanted me to fix it, but they said, you know what, give it to Willie. So that's what I did. So I got it, it's mine now, and they decided to give it to me because I needed a lawnmower to cut grass. Because I had a Craftsman, which is over there, that Craftsman over there, that T1000 was broke. Had more deck problems, so I chose to get this time cutter running. So it sat through the summer, and then we finally got to get it running. So let's go over it. And I went and had to do electrical to it. My dad drew a schematic from a couple different designs to build this. There's no safeties on it because of the schematics we drew. Because the plan was to have no safety features on it. So now this thing has no safeties on it. So there we go, it has no safeties. Now anyway, I got it running, I mowed grass with it, mowing. So let's go over what I've done to this mower ever since I got it. So I've added a light. I originally had another kind of light on it, but that light didn't go to my specifications. Plus it would have those replaceable, what was nice, it had those replaceable bulbs, but I wanted to get something different that's brighter. So I added this. I went to Northern Tool and Equipment, and then I added this light on here so I could use it to illuminate my yard, which I always have it folded down because you can light up the part of the yard with this thing. So it's 42-inch cut. I put gator blades on it. It had gator blades when I got it. And I put new gator blades on it. And then I've sharpened them recently. And I took the blade covers off, and the reason so I could easily clean the deck, for ease of cleaning. Because they'll get packed with grass. And sometimes the heat from spindles can start a fire under there. That's my concern, is it might start a fire, although I've never heard anything about it starting fires. That would happen to any brand, plus it's just having to remove screws and it's hard to do. So anyway, I don't use the washout port. I've only used it 3 times in owning of this. Maybe used it more. And now I added these tires on here. These are ATV tires or some sort of all-terrain. I don't know if they're all-terrain tires for ATVs. They're 18 by 850 by 950, or it may be the opposite. I'll have to take a look at that because I don't keep specs in my head. Yeah, 18 950 by 8. With that, it could be 18 by 950 by 8. And this thing has a lot more traction now. There's even more traction now than it would have before with those turf savers. So then you still have enough it still has a good wheelbase. The deck still overlaps. And the engine here is a Kohler engine. This is a Kohler SV710 Courage 725cc. This thing has a lot of power. I don't even see the need for 22 horsepower. It has 20 horsepower. That's a very powerful engine. Cuts the grass very well. Now, what I've done to this mower, the motor, is that I've added this cover on here. It used to be a square cover, but I decided to put this on because I had the square one broke. Something fell on it. And that right there, this little part here, is to add baffling for cooling the engine, to keep the air from going out, to keep the engine cool. So what I recommend doing with these engines is setting the valves at 4,000. So I set them to my specifications. I don't set it at the factory specifications. I set it at 4,000 on both valves, both cylinders. And that seems to make it last longer. Now, I haven't had to do valve adjustment on customers' mowers, but maybe one day I'll have to. But anyway, it's a carbureted engine, so it's got a Kian carburetor. This is the brand, like what you'll find on Honda engines too. It doesn't have a Walbro, it doesn't have a Nicky, it doesn't have any of those carburetors that are poorly made. Which the Walbros are good carburetors, the Nicky carburetors are terrible. I've had bad experience with Nicky carburetors, I'll do a video on that. So, and I added this metal discharge chute on here to protect the grass from hitting objects. And I just replaced the blade switch from the Cub Cadet, from this one had a Cub Cadet switch on it. But when I got it, it had this switch, which I decided to put it back on. It seems to engage it quicker. So that's what's nice, it seems to engage the blades quicker. Now, how do you shut the engine off? You turn this switch to the stop position, it won't do anything. So what you do is you push this button here. That stops the engine. This button you push stops the engine. This push button here, you stop the engine too. There's two stop buttons. And I added a fuel switch, shut-off switch here, valve, so I can shut the engine off, or shut fuel off when transporting it. So, I'm going to go over the things that I like about it. Let's go over the things that I like about it. So we're going to go over how well it cuts. This thing cuts great. I mean, it cuts great. It cuts very well, and it will make my lawn look nice within 2 hours. Compared to that Craftsman, it took me almost 2 hours to cut the grass. And it's a great mower. And so I use it to mow 3 acres, the front and the back. And I also use it to tow this trailer. I remember I towed those fence posts, pulled fence posts out with this thing, and it did it. I would back up, push the lap bars as hard as I can. That'll rip those things out real good. Although I don't recommend that because this thing's got those Hydro Gear ZT2100s. And this is the best engine I've probably ran anyway. Kohler. My next mower would most definitely have a Kohler. Especially if it was a zero turn, because this motor's been good to me. I told my mom about the engine. She said, well, Willie, that's been a good motor for you. And when my mom finds out I'm getting more equipment, she hears a Sanford & Son theme song in her head. So, and the seat is comfortable. I'll tell you that. I have a comfortable seat that needs to be replaced though, but this seat is the most comfortable zero-turn seat I've probably sit on, or the most comfortable seat to sit on any mower I have. And there's enough room to put your legs. You have enough room to twist your legs. Some people will curl their legs. I do that. It's a genetic thing for me. And this thing is a great mower. So let's go over the negatives. The fuel economy on this thing is terrible. And that's one of my negatives, is the fuel economy is terrible on this engine. And the brake control module, which I removed that thing, that was just a nightmare. So the customer, I mean the person who got it, he said that he tried everything, tried solenoid, switches, key switches, none of it worked. So then he chose to take it to the dealer, and the dealer fixed it, but it ended up giving the same problem again. And then he didn't want to deal with that again. So then he ended up having it sit, and then he gave it to me. And how the zero turn works here is there's these two levers, one on your right, one on your left. Now to go forward, you push them forward. To go backwards, you pull them back. Now the turn left, the left lap bar goes back, this lap bar goes forward. To turn right, this lap bar goes back, this lap bar goes forward. So the direction you're turning, keep in mind the lap the lap bar that your hand is on, if you're turning left, the left hand lap bar goes back, and the right hand lap bar goes forward. If you're turning left, the right lap bar goes forward. If you're turning right, the left lap bar goes forward. And you can also do crazy tricks on a zero turn that you can't do on a lawn tractor. You could spin around in circles. And it's nice to have a zero turn. You get easier maneuverability and backing of a trailer. That's the advantage of a zero turn, is easy maneuverability around obstacles. And not only that, you can easily move a trailer back up, a trailer. That's what I love about these zero turns. And I know some people who have these time cutters and they like them. I'm supposed to be getting another time cutter soon, but I'm going to use that one for parts. And I'm getting a Kubota zero turn soon. That is also going to be given to me. So, and I like lawnmowers. I've had a passion for them for a long time. So, and I can't think of any other negative things other than the fuel efficiency and the brake control module. But I actually removed the brake control module, so now it has no safety features. So if you see, there is no brake control module. So that's the thing. I removed the brake control module, and that's what I did, because I did not want to deal with another brake control module, and that was going to be a nightmare. So now, to reset the brake control module, you'll have to go under the tractor and move the parking brake rods up into the park position. It should work. And when you really put the lap bars in, you pull them out and you shut it off, it's not going to start back up. That sort of deal. And I wish Toro couldn't have chose that design. So, and it's known for problems. So, I've specified it to my liking, so now here's one last look, and I do have a mowing video too, so I'll have a link for that. That's a Toro time cutter there. So that's it. Like, share, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye.